Drunken pop, we're diving deep. The memories we swore to keep. Unfiltered tales that'll make you leap. Into your past we boldly leap. Timmy C speaks of games and dreams, old cartoons and backyard schemes. Nostalgia hit like a mighty wave. In this show, we misbehave. Dollar Dave with pockets full, bringing tales that always pull. Step heads, cackles with a glance, unleashing legends from our trance.
Pow! Booyah! Hello! Where the hell is Step-Ins at? Damn it!
Calls.
Step-Ins is at work. All day today. Oh yeah, we're ahead. We're gonna be fine. Nothing's wrong. 2 hours before.
Just kidding, y'all.
Maybe I'm broken and I suck at work. So we do not have a Step-Ins tonight. So we're gonna do the show on Sunday night. But Dave and I wanted to get out here, and I really want to get Dave's vacation review from MSC. What was it? Maravillia?
Seashore.
Whatever. Seashells by the seashore.
Say that 7 times real fast. All right. So first things first, before we start talking about vacations and cruises and yada, 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 and the soda girl that I motherfucked up and down.
Poor soda girl.
Let's talk about gambling.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
I need people's take on this. Timmy C and I literally have a gambling show on the Ram Network.
On football.
And we're going to do it on UFL football starting next week.
I'm in.
And we don't know shit about UFL football.
I don't know anything about it.
We're going to learn, and we're going to be your hookup. Holla if you're here. All right, so every year I run multiple gambling things with
I feel like you're admitting to federal crimes. You may want to rephrase that.
Well, it's
pools.
You
run pools.
Gambling pools,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bitch, I ain't no fucking bookie or nothing. We run gambling pools. So is it illegal to run gambling pools?
Not if we donate a certain percent to charity, and I'm almost a charity case. So,
and I don't ever win the shit. So,
raffles for charity. That's what we're running.
All right. So we have NFL pool, Survivor League. Timmy plays.
I won.
Jandy won too.
Well, I
didn't win.
Or not the Survivor. Okay, the playoff pool.
Pondwater won. Pondwater won the first week.
It was like week 3. That doesn't count.
Yeah. Oh, bad. Everybody was out week 1 picking the Bengals over the damn Patriots. What a disaster.
Good pick this year.
Right after we did our show, and Timmy picks the Bengals guaranteed to win the Super Bowl. Remember that?
How did I know our defense wasn't going to show up this year?
Anyway, then we do playoffs. We do a playoff pool.
I did win that.
Timmy C, did you donate to charity?
I did.
Okay, good. And then
now is the time. Donated my rocking chair.
The best time of the year.
It's not.
Kicks off.
It used to be.
Tomorrow.
It's terrible.
The fact that I am no longer unemployed or anything like that, or staying at home, I can't watch basketball all day tomorrow.
Yes, you will.
And all day Friday.
Yes, you will.
Dude, I can't. I'm so busy now. My head is spinning.
I'm about ready to quit my job. So, I mean.
But with that being said, every year I run a squares for NCAA March Madness.
L7 Weenie.
So this year, all right, we got to fill 100 squares, $25 a square. It's a $2,500 pot.
But that the winner doesn't get 100.
No, the winner doesn't get 2,500. Every
2,000 goes to the United Way, obviously, because
but every single game pays out of the tournament. So starting tomorrow, first game will be Louisville versus
Louisville.
Louisville
versus
Louisville versus somebody. Here, let me look. Let me pull it up.
Find me somebody to love.
Louisville and Creighton. Where's Creighton, Timmy C?
Indiana.
Nebraska.
Whatever. Same thing. Same stretch of land.
So we're kicking off at like 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, Louisville and Creighton. And it goes all day tomorrow.
Is it Creighton Barrel?
And then we do it all over again on Friday. Friday night.
Do it half as much Saturday.
At Dave's house, basketball. Anyway, first games, you win $15 per game. So if you get the numbers from Squares, for every game in the first round, you win $15. Second round, $25. Third round, $50.
Woohoo.
Fourth round, $100.
There's only like 7 games or something.
The final four, $200 per win. Championship game, $420.
How much did you give away last night?
No,
North Carolina, they're part of the tournament, which is why I don't participate anymore. Fuck Dayton. Fuck Dayton, Ohio. They don't deserve shit. And those teams don't count anyway. No.
One time a team made the final four from the first four. It ain't going to happen this year.
Who?
I think it was UCLA.
Mick Cronin?
I think it was in 2021.
That's Murray State University legend coach Mick Cronin. And also University of Cincinnati legend coach Mick Cronin.
Anyway, Squares are here. Timmy C bitched out and would not play Squares.
I've not watched one bounce of the college basketball this year.
So let me tell you how Squares work. You ain't betting on games. You're betting on numbers. You don't have to.
You feel like that's also very illegal.
You could literally not watch a single second of March Madness and still win.
Isn't that what the mobs got in trouble for, running numbers back in the 50s? I don't even know what that means, but it sounds bad.
Probably. What do you think? Let us know in the chat. Is Timmy C being a little bitch for not playing Squares? $25.
That's leading the witness, Your Honor.
Let us know in the chat.
I have Bengal stuff behind me, leading the witness. By the way, we got 2 receivers. Ain't got a whole lot else, but we got 2 receivers.
You got a quarterback and 2 receivers. Y'all better score a lot, and nobody better get hurt.
Lots of 70 to 69 games this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Bengals are playing. Bet the over.
Bet the over every game.
The new Iowa. Bet the over.
They're the film negative of Iowa. All right, so on to your vacation.
Let's talk vacations.
So Dave took his family on a cruise this past week. Which we all know I love cruising.
No, they suck. Anyway, first things first. We decided to drive from our home.
That was a bad idea.
In Huntsville, Alabama, down to Port Canaveral, Florida.
That's a long drive. What is that, like 6 hours? 8 hours?
Well, when I looked it up, it said 9 hours and 45 minutes.
10 hours. So you got there 11 hours later.
So we didn't start in Port Canaveral. We went to St. Augustine. So we have friends that live on St. Augustine Beach.
It's beautiful, by the way.
Love it. That's where Janie and I were trying to move.
Oldest city in the country.
So we go to St. Augustine, go to our friend's house. We get there the next day. Our friends are like, hey, it's lunchtime. Let's go get tacos. Dude, I'm sold. We'll go pick up the tacos, bring them back to all the girls. So
Taco Bell, right?
Here, hint, hint. I have a wife and 2 daughters. My buddy Chris has a wife and 3 daughters, and they had a girl over. So we go out and I buy $200 fucking worth of tacos.
Not Taco Bell, because like you'd need a
No.
tractor trailer to bring that back.
And they were, dude, it was awesome. So we go back, and on driving back to his house at the amphitheater right across the street, it says live tonight, the Beach Boys. Say what?
Round,
The
round,
greatest
get around, I get
of all
around.
time. Yeah, get around, round, round, I get around. So, all right, cool. The
John
Beach Boys were-
Stamos was there. Yes.
John Stamos was not with him.
Was Dave Coulier there at least?
Isn't he dead?
No, that's Bob Saget.
Dave Coulier's not far behind, I don't think. I think
Well,
he has like
he's-
stage
he's-
4 cancer or something.
He's still feuding with Alanis Morissette because are you thinking of her when you fuck her?
Yeah, that happens. But anyway, so we go to the Beach Boy. Well, we go and eat lunch. Beach Boys are in town. Oh, that's awesome. Dinner time comes rolling around. We book reservations at this really nice restaurant. We go eat dinner. Girls have some wine. Guys have some beers. We're having a great
You
time.
gave your daughters wine?
Girls didn't go. Just the couples.
You said the girls had wine.
So my buddy's daughter is 16, his oldest. So she stayed and watched the girls at home, and we ordered them pizza, maybe. I think we ordered them pizza.
Okay.
So we go to dinner. We're having a lovely dinner. Scallops were great. Jandy sea bass was great.
Was John Stamos there by chance?
Just Rebecca Romaine.
Okay. She
And
was in
anyway.
the Caesar salad.
Anyway, my buddy Chris gets a phone call. It's his aunt calling, saying, "Hey, I have 4 tickets to the Beach Boys tonight at the amphitheater, but I can't go. Would you like the tickets?"
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yes, we want the tickets. She immediately transferred them over to Chris. An hour later, we were at the amphitheater getting ready to boogie with the Beach Boys and all the other 50, 60, and 70-year-olds in St.
Smells like Ben Gay in here.
So we go in to see the Beach Boys. And I guess you could call it the Beach Boy.
Just one.
Because
Mike
Mike Love is the only one left.
No Brian Wilson?
He has dementia, dude.
Well, so what? Wheel his ass out there.
He doesn't even remember his name, much less the song.
All he needs to remember is Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want it. Put it in his headphones.
So now here's the kick. It was a great concert. Not as good as the Beach Boys concert I went to in 1991.
Because there were probably all of them plus John Stamos.
Well, the original drummer was dead.
And it was after like a Cincinnati Reds baseball game. Because that's all
In
they
Raleigh,
did.
North Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah. Chattanooga Lookouts.
So Mike Love, not that great anymore.
Well, he's 80.
83.
He's 83. Damn you. You
But
get some fucking high energy up in here now, you 83-year-old bastard.
But his son sings with him, and he's outstanding. Sounds just like him. Back in the day, not now.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience, the son of Mike Love, not that great.
How do you know?
I'll tell you off air.
Okay. And I got food in my tooth. And there was another guy. I don't know who the other guy was.
You only got one tooth?
And I got food between. The other guy was great. So the concert was fun. They did all the hits. We got in and out, made it back to the house. Jackpot. Vacation started off with a bang.
It sounds great. I'm really excited for this story because
I
sound like you were having the time of your life.
And I was sending you pictures and videos. And yes, I'm at the we're the Beatles. I'm at the Beach Boys.
We're day one of vacation. Yeah.
This vacation's awesome. Next day rolls around. Time to get in the car and drive to Port Charlotte or Port Canaveral, excuse me. Port Charlotte's on the other side of the state. That'd been a long drive.
True.
So we go to Port Canaveral. We wait in line for about 20 minutes. The world's longest line. It's like you're at Busch
For
Gardens
what?
waiting to ride Moomba to get on the boat.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, what time was your appointment?
3.
PM?
Yes.
And you're still waiting at 3? What?
I got there at noon.
Oh, well, that all right. So had you arrived at 3 p.m.
We waited in line for like 15, 20 minutes tops.
And that's not that long. I mean,
It dawns on my wife, wait a minute. We're priority. We don't have to wait in line. I bought Priority Club.
Good job. So you were waiting in line when you didn't have to. Okay.
So we then walked all the way up front, skipped every single person, got in an elevator, went right
like
up to
a
the
Dave
ship,
does, by the way.
and boarded.
Yeah.
Because I don't wait in lines. Boarded the ship, got on the ship immediately. Threw on the swimmy trucks and the flippy floppies. Headed to the bar. Tim knows my deal. But this time, Dave did not buy the drink package.
That was dumb.
You know why Dave didn't buy the drink package?
Because Jandy would also have to buy it because every adult in
It
the
was
room
$140 a day. And it's a 15 beer limit or 15 drink limit.
If you're
So $140 a day, I'd have to buy it for myself and for Jandy.
well, all right.
$280 a day.
How much is a beer?
I don't remember.
How much is
$8.50.
a shot of vodka?
I think a beer was, but see, it's weird. So it was different. So, of course, I drank on the cruise.
Oh,
but-
duh.
But the thing is, Dave talks to everybody. That's what Dave does. So what did Dave do on like day 3? Made a new friend. A new friend with a drink. New friend with a drink package.
But it's
for
still a 15 limit.
For him and his wife and his room. 30 drinks. He just bought me drinks the whole time.
That's
So I would go up and get a pina colada with 3 shots, or a triple shot pina colada. But it's weird. Like one time I was charged $8, one time I was charged $13, one time I was charged $11. Like, what are your freaking prices here? They're just scamming me, man. Cruise ship was huge. This was it was 1,189 foot cruise ship.
it's about 5,000 to 6,000 people.
Huge.
Yeah, it's big.
But it was great. So that part was fun. Cruise ship was nice. But here's my problem. The food was ass.
Never been on MSC. Cannot comment.
Well, the only thing good I had on that cruise ship was pizza.
Well, it's an Italian cruise line. I certainly hope so.
Yeah. So the pizza was good. You see him back there freaking doing the dough like
it wasn't
Luigi
the rubber
Mario.
one like the wrestler guy on
No. So every day for lunch, had a couple slices of pizza. But then let's tell the story about the soda cart girl. So we told it last week.
I felt so bad for this girl. I felt so bad.
Jandy's been giving me packets of Celsius every morning. So I'd go and buy a bottle of water because heaven forbid they give you a bottle of freaking water.
Well, first off, do your homework. Buy a case of water before it starts.
You're not allowed to.
Yes, you are.
You're not allowed to bring it on.
No, you're not allowed to bring it on, but you can buy one at an exorbitant price, but not nearly as exorbitant as
I ain't
buying
drinking
in a
case of
bottle
water
at a
like-
time.
So
Huh?
Jandy took a big freaking Yeti cup thing and filled it up all day. So we weren't buying that shit. I bought one every day for my Celsius in the morning.
Okay.
Day 4,
You ran out of Celsius?
Jandy forgot to bring the Celsius to breakfast.
Uh-oh.
No big deal. I'll go get a Coke Zero. It's cool. I go up to Soda Cart Girl. Have a Coke Zero, please. Scan my watch. Pay $5.50. She hands me a fucking lukewarm Coke Zero.
Get a fucking glass of ice, you bastard.
So I asked her for a cold one. I don't have any cold ones.
It's a soda cart. It's not built into anything.
Bitch, it's a cooler full of ice.
Why
With
does she have a
drinks in
cold
it.
one then why doesn't she have a cold
So
one?
then I had to walk.
You didn't bother
48
to ascertain why.
Then I had to walk 48 freaking miles.
48
to go
miles
get a damn
across the
glass.
way.
I had to walk all the way to Bermuda.
Which, by the way, we couldn't get off at.
Yeah, so I mean that's my problem. They have these private islands that
Dave set a record, by the way.
these
on
are
this
so
cruise.
great. 3 cruises I've been on.
One port.
One port. Ports are fucking fake. They're not even real. They just go up to some deserted island. They're like, man, we can't get on this bitch. Boat too big. Sorry, it's too windy today. What?
Hey, you really wanted to get to demoralizing. When I was on my last cruise, we were supposed to port at the private island for Norwegian, which sits right next to the Royal Caribbean private island, which has a dock. Totally different when you have a dock. There were 3 ships ported at the Royal Caribbean island. Norwegian's like, nah, we going on. Damn it.
Stupid. So, needless to say, not happy.
Soda cart girl got her ass chewed.
Soda cart girl got her ass chewed. I was not in the mood for that shit. And I mean, I think I'm a pretty calm guy.
You're wrong.
But to me, it's like, here's the thing that MSC was missing.
America.
The entertainment on the ship was ass. So we did the
No comedians?
We did the hypnotist.
What? A hypnotist.
I got hypnotized on the ship.
So, like, now you've shaved your pubes on stage or something?
Shit was fake as hell.
Okay, so it didn't work.
I was just playing the part because Bryn wanted to be hypnotized, but they only hypnotize adults. It's too dangerous to hypnotize kids
because it's fake. Okay.
And the adults will play along. So I played along. I played the part. Bryn thought it was the greatest thing ever.
What he tried to have you do?
Well, like it was like, you know, you're doing this, whatever, you're sleeping. And then you wake up, when I snap my fingers, you're going to play an instrument of your choice. So I played guitar, playing guitar. Then
poorly.
Then you're going to do it with your elbows. I'm playing guitar. Then you got to do it with your knees. So I turn around, I'm like twerking and Bryn's just dying. So, and then, you know, he claps his hands, he fall back asleep. And he's got these other girls, like these 2 girls that he goes and bops on the head or whatever and tells them they're asleep. And they lay down on the floor and lay there for 25 minutes. And I'm like, oh, it sucks to be them. And this one girl's in this awkward position and she can't move because she's got to play the part. But yeah, it was stupid.
Did they have a talk with you beforehand? Like, hey, you're gonna play the part of this.
Everybody just plays the part.
That guy really thinks he can hypnotize people.
Not only that, not only was he the hypnotist, he was also the cruise director. So he's the guy that gets on there when we're not able to go to port to be like, this is Chris.
Why don't you come hypnotize my ass and make me feel like I'm having a good time?
And I said that, hypnotize my ass and let's pretend I'm on Ocean K. All right, this sucks. But you're sitting there and you're looking at the island going, sure would be nice to be on that island right now.
Looks awful not windy on that island.
Freaking ridiculous. Ridiculous. So
then
then
you did go to port.
So we go to sleep and we wake up the next day.
Hypnotized.
And we're in Nassau.
Not great there. It's
all right, cool. I got swimming with the dolphins thing in Nassau.
Dolphins didn't show up to work that day?
They gave us like 3 fucking hours on the island. That's it.
So
what did I pay? So like one of the things you could do was pay to go to the water park at Atlantis right across the way.
Yep.
For $480.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And I'm like, My kids would love that, but we can water park here, and I can spend $480.
You can't water park there. There's no water parks there.
No, we can water park like here where we live.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna do the dolphins because Bryn loves freaking animals. So we go to Blue Lagoon Island, Bahamas.
We got a nice shirt out of it.
And we go and get down in the cold ass water. And we pet the dolphin and hug it and feed it and touch it and rub it and dance with it and take pictures with it and finger its blowhole. Well, that you're not supposed to. They tell you they're like, don't finger the blowhole.
Too late. Dave's already done it.
But it's like, dude, you got 3 hours.
That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of quality time with a dolphin.
And you only had like 30 minutes with the dolphin. So then you're supposed to be on the beach on Blue Lagoon Island relaxing. Well, if you're not over there with the dolphin, you get free lunch out of it. You're waiting in line to eat lunch. And I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Oversold just a tad.
And it's just like, what are we doing? Every boat that was there before us was still there with not a soul boarding it when we left.
What time were you there until? Usually it's like 8 to 4, 8 to 5.
I mean, we didn't get like our thing. It wasn't embarkation until like 11.
That's late.
And then everybody was supposed to be back on the ship at 2:30.
What?
Yeah.
That is terrible.
Terrible. And I'm like, man, this is a nice ship. We had a good time other than like the singers, they all suck.
The good news was all you got to see was the ship.
My God. And then I got into an argument with the guy over what company Dana White was the CEO of because that bitch didn't know.
What did he say?
UFC.
No, he's incorrect. It's TKO.
TKO is in charge of UFC. The CEO is Ari Manuel.
Correct.
Dana White is the CEO of Power Slap.
Oh, whatever.
And that bitch want to argue with me.
Did you show him Power Slip? What does that have to do with your vacation, though?
It was during trivia.
Oh my God.
When we were not at freaking Ocean K.
So this was a 5-day cruise?
Yeah, and they tell you, oh, well, we're gonna do a cornhole tournament. All right, that's cool. I'll go down there and do the cornhole tournament. There ain't no cornhole tournament. They had one board, and each person would get to go up and throw the freaking beanbag, one beanbag, and then that was it.
One beanbag.
What kind of tournament is this? No, well, you're tied. If you make it in, you win. Okay, you're tied. Tied for the win.
Tied for the win. All right, so moral of the story, skip MSC cruises. That's where I'm gonna go with that. 15 drinks, no. Very expensive drink package. $140 a day?
$140 a day.
That's ridiculous.
They're
Carnivals, they have the 15-day drink limit, but it's $90 a day with everything included. And you get free bottled water and free coffee drinks and
well, I think they had
everything.
I think they had one that was like $110 a day or something. But you couldn't get the expensive shit. And I'm like, man, I'll just buy it. I ain't drinking $380 or $280 worth of shit anyway.
This is obvious. This is obviously pond water. Mountain vacations.
Nobody want to go to the mountains. It's cold.
Mountains are stupid.
It's cold. Nobody have time for that. I like Jenny. Jenny's like, we should go snow skiing on one spring break. Yeah, you fucking high. It's cold.
Snow skiing.
I ain't go
Why?
snow skiing. I used to fall down the little bunny hills up in Illinois where there are no mountains. You want me to? She's trying to get that insurance money.
You should take an Alaska cruise.
We talked about it. As long as they have good hot tubs. But see, that's
I want to get gotta have a lot of hot tubs for me.
You got to get in the hot tub, got to get in the pools. Man, I'm not trying to be cold.
Nah.
I like to see my wife in a bikini. I don't want her in a sweatshirt and fucking coat.
Well, she can be in a sweater if you go to Alaska.
Well, then we ain't going. So now I'm in the process of booking our next big vacation.
Where are we going then?
Virgin Islands.
I'm in. When we going?
Next July.
Which one? Because there's a bunch of them.
Well, here's the thing. We're going for a cruise. Not on a cruise ship. I'm renting a yacht.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
So I call the yacht company.
You should go on the one that's on the TV show Below Deck.
So this is a catamaran. And it's the ones I'm looking at are like
what a fucking pour. $10 moonshine tour.
I love Dave. So I'm looking at renting somewhere between a 45 and 50-foot catamaran.
Okay. How many bedrooms?
Between 4 and 5.
We need at least 5 because, for me to show up, I got to have a bedroom.
You got to have, so we're going with 4 couples.
All right. So now we got to have at least 6 bedrooms. What are we doing here? I feel like I'm being squeezed out.
So I'm like, okay, this is cool. It's not too bad. $12,000 for the week.
Not bad at all.
Okay. I want a captain.
What?
You can drive.
Were you supposed to sail it yourself at $12,000?
Yeah.
Did you get the $9 insurance? Because that seems like a terrible idea. I'm gonna run that bitch into everything in the ocean. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it.
I hit a rock in the middle of the fucking Atlantic.
I hit a rock. It was called Cuba.
We ended up in the Gulf of America. We're lost. So I sent him an email. Here we go. Here's the email chain. Let's open it up. Hi, David. Thanks for checking with us. We'd love to have you and your crew charter with us. We still have plenty available for June, July of next year. Group of 8 or 10, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
12, motherfucker, 12.
Shit. I respond. Is the pricing for 1 week on the site for the boat or per couple per room? Like, is it $10,000 for the boat or $10,000 a couple?
Well, most of those yachts run about $50,000 a week.
So I said, also, what other fees are there for the captain, food and beverages, etc.? Blah, blah, blah. Trying to put together a full game plan. She says, hi, David. The pricing is for a typical 7-night charter for the boat. We don't charge per person. So it's between $10,000 and $12,000. Cool.
It's a really good price.
If you take a captain along for the week, the fee is $2,400 just for the captain.
I mean, for 7 days, that ain't bad.
Here's the kicker. Plus, you provide the food and gratuity. The standard tip is 20% of the charter rate. So if I get a $12,000 boat and pay $2,400,
yeah,
pay $2,400 for the captain.
So $5,000 for a captain.
$5,000.
You know what? How much is
I
the
should be a
insurance
fucking captain.
How much is the insurance if you just drive it yourself?
My brother don't drink. We let him drive this bitch.
Honestly, you're dumb enough to let me out here on this boat.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drive it drunk as I want to be.
So I go, just out of curiosity here, if I get a boat for say $12,000 a week, it's $2,400 for a captain, and then we tip another $2,400. Plus, we take care of his food and beverages as well. Need to make sure everyone knows the costs. Yes, that is correct. What world are we living in?
17,000 is what.
$2,400 times 2 for one guy. $4,800 to hang out on a boat for a week
Hold on, but
with drunk people.
so I have a question. Like, is there a staff on this boat?
No, that's extra. We don't need it. The boat's only 45 feet. We don't need no fucking staff. But you get a captain because they know the waterways, they know the hot spots, where to go.
I can't believe they would rent you a fucking boat with no one knowing how to drive it. What are we doing here?
Well, I know how to drive a boat.
Yeah, you don't know how to drive that boat. And
I don't know how to sail.
And by the way, you got to dock it.
Coming in hot,
by the way, Dave just went on this 7-day cruise to the Virgin Islands. Didn't port once because he forgot to hire the captain.
We're just gonna stay right here. We're not moving. We'll stay right here.
We're just sit right here. I dropped anchor 6 days ago. We're fine. This water's getting a little yellow around the boat. I don't know how to
pond water. This motherfucker's gonna get attacked by pirates.
I think you'd just be better off to go with like the boat that has the full staff and that kind of thing.
Well, so I did the math. If we get the 5-bedroom and I have 4 couples,
why am I not invited?
You might be. We don't know yet.
I might make the cut.
You might make the cut. Jay don't really like you though.
Really dropped myself whenever I didn't join the March Madness squares.
Yeah, fuck. So,
but she likes Sarah, so that
she loves Sarah.
There you go.
We'll take Sarah. She can sleep with the captain.
Sleep on the couch.
Mike goes, I'm not going if Timmy goes.
Damn it.
So my buddy Greg says he'll drive the boat for $2 fucking grand.
I'll learn to drive a boat for $2 grand.
Hey Greg, text me. You and Amanda won't go on boat with us?
That might be the only way I get on this damn boat if I learn to be a boat captain.
See, I don't know what kind of licenses you have to have or what.
Drivers.
Well, here in Alabama, you have to have a boat license.
Okay, well, boat.
I didn't even know that.
And the Virgin Islands. Well, the Virgin Islands are part American, part French, part English.
I've had my own boat since I was 7 years old. My parents bought me my first boat when I was 7. I've driven a boat.
Mine too.
Whole life.
It was the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
No, mine actually floated in water and had a motor on it.
Oh, okay.
We still, to this day, we still have that boat. It's at my brother's house. So anyway, after that $10 moonshine tour, I motorboat. I'm sure. Sure.
I think this isn't pond water. I think we're talking to Amy.
Nah, that's pond water. Definitely. Amy have to motorboat herself.
I mean, pond water could join us. He knows how this works.
So, but I did the math today at looking at one of the boats. And if I got the 5 stateroom, so it's 6 stateroom boat, or no, 5 stateroom boat.
See, he's acing me out again. There we go.
So it was a 5 stateroom boat, and it came out to it's about $3,500 a couple.
That's not bad at all.
Before food, gas, cleaning. Which I'll pick up the tab on the cleaning and probably the gas and all that. So I'm not going to make people that go with me pay for that. But I'm like, shit, that's not too bad. And my brother's like, I'll drive the fucking boat. I said,
I don't think that's wise. I really.
My brother builds boats for a living.
Yeah, but
and drives bigger boats than this, but they're ones with motors that go like 100. My thing is though, here's my thing.
Here's the thing. You bend that bitch just one little bit, you're getting a bill you can't recover from.
Yes, I got to know how the insurance works. Let's Google it.
All right, you Google and I will talk. So let's see what else is happening in the world. My beloved Bengals signed 2 receivers like that. Baseball's getting ready to start. Dave, did the Rays have a team this year?
Yeah, their pitching staff's supposed to be excellent. I don't know
Where are
what,
they playing at? They're playing like Sacramento or
they're,
something.
they're playing at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. They're
That's
actually
what I
playing in
said.
Tampa. So we're supposed to be going to St. Augustine in May to a wedding. So I booked us a nice Airbnb on the beach. And now my wife has changed her mind from driving to St. Augustine because we just drove and that shit sucked.
You want to fly?
She goes, let's fly. I said, you don't have to tell me twice, Toots. You want to fly? We fly. She goes, let's fly to Tampa. We'll rent a car in Tampa, then we'll drive to St. Augustine from there.
That's
It's
what?
3 hours. 3 hours.
That's okay.
3 hours, bud. It's not too bad. Okay, let's do that. Then it dawned on me. It's baseball season, bruh. Look up the Rays schedule. Boom, they play Wednesday, the day we're going to fly down. Yeah! 12 p.m. start time.
You're not gonna see that game.
Fuck me. Uh-oh. Homestand. They will be there on Tuesday before we leave. The following Wednesday for a 6 o'clock game at Steinbrenner Field. I'm all in. We're flying. Go to the Rays game. So I should be able to catch at least one Rays game this year.
It's gonna rain.
That's it'll be a shitty day. Hurricane Olivia will be there in May. Not even hurricane season. We're gonna have a monsoon in Tampa.
Big gorilla monsoon.
But so we've got a pretty busy summer, but
Well,
I can't think about anything other than this Virgin Islands cruise. I want to do this so bad I can't stand it.
So supposedly the mayor of Madrid leaked out that the Dolphins will be playing the Bengals November 16th in Madrid. First NFL game ever held in Madrid. I've already booked the hotel.
What hotel?
Some sort of Marriott thing.
Because if you're not staying at the presidential suite that I stayed at last time, your life
poor.
ain't fun. Yeah.
AC something. It's the closest Marriott property to that stadium.
So we stayed at a Marriott because we're Marriott Platinum.
I've actually changed my allegiance because of you from Hilton to Marriott.
And we're Hilton Gold, but Marriott Platinum. So we still always stay at Marriott. Well, we get it with we have that Amex Platinum card.
Yeah,
the metal one.
When I booked this, I got the I guess Chase runs the Marriott Bonvoy.
Mm-hmm.
I got one of those. I think I'm gonna get rid of my Hilton Amex.
So we went. Madrid's awesome. Here's the thing, though, dude. That's the most crowded city I've ever been in my life.
All right. So we also figured out that weekend is Jonathan's Grand National performance in Indianapolis. So we're not even flying out of Nashville. We're going to go see him on Friday night and Saturday morning in Indianapolis. Fly out of Indianapolis Saturday afternoon. Fly to Madrid. Get there early Sunday morning and watch the game Sunday afternoon.
And how long are you planning on staying in Madrid?
Probably
if
just
you say you're coming home Monday, I'm gonna slap you.
No, probably just a day or two, but we're going to go to like Portugal. My sister lives in Germany. My family lives in England. So we're going to do a week in Europe.
Okay. That's fine. Because I think the flight from Madrid to
the
Dublin,
flight's like 10 hours.
It was like 3.5 hours. It wasn't bad, but it was cheap. I think I paid like $140 a ticket. And it was fine. Flying over there sucked.
Yeah.
We flew United through the night. We flew out of Chicago. So we flew from Huntsville to Chicago. Then Chicago over to Barcelona.
Oh, that's a long flight.
But the people liked it. And like I'm one of those people, I cannot sleep on an airplane.
So what class were you in?
Well, we booked it wrong. So we were in coach.
Like economy?
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep there either.
So we had 3 seats to ourselves, but they had seats available in the next flight, the next class up.
Comfort Plus or whatever.
But because we bought economy, they wouldn't sell you the Comfort Plus. Like, we're like, hey, well, let's buy that.
I've got cash.
And they wouldn't do it. And then we're on the plane and the seats are empty. And my wife's like, we will literally pay for these seats. Whatever you want, we'll pay for it. Nope.
Well, good news is Sarah is an experienced traveler. And she's like, I'm like, so what is the difference? What is the difference between economy and she flies Delta? So it's economy, Comfort Plus, Business Select. And there's like 7 different ones. There's like first class comes before Business Select. But she's like, we fly Comfort Plus. And I'm like, all right, so what is it? So it's quite a bit bigger area to spread out. I mean, you're not laying down, but you can relax.
Yeah, it looked more comfortable.
Yeah.
I just like I love flying because I hate driving. So
Yes.
by default, flying is the preferred method of travel for Dave. I will fly all the time over anywhere.
Michael Lane is too poor for this conversation.
But for some reason, it doesn't matter. I cannot sleep on an airplane. I try. But like this flight sucked. It was double tough because you get, they get on the intercom and talk. And they like to hear themselves talk. And you're like, dude, it's 1:00 in the morning. Shut the fuck up.
I don't care that we're passing over Greenland.
And they keep talking, but then they say it all in English. And then they do it all in Spanish because you're flying to Barcelona. And I'm just sitting there stewing.
Shock.
I was almost asleep. This motherfucker starts talking. And then 2:00 in the morning. Hey, sir, can I get you something? Leave me alone.
Why are you messing with me while I'm sleeping?
Hey, sir, you hungry? Fuck no, I ain't hungry. It's 2:00 in the morning.
I just drank these 18 beers. You think that I want something to eat?
We had a blast in Spain. Ireland was cool. I don't know if I'll ever go back. I don't know if I need to go back. I wish I would have gone to the Titanic Museum while I was there. My buddy Greg went.
I went to the one in Pigeon Forge. Same
Shut
thing.
up. No.
Oh.
But it's like it was August. It was freezing in Ireland. How do you live like that? I think the high of the day of the game, the Florida State game, was like 60, but it was windy and it rains every freaking day there.
Well, that's what it does in Ireland.
Yeah.
So we were looking
I would ever live in Ireland.
In Madrid in November. It's like the 50s. So it's not going to be terrible. It's not cold.
No.
And that stadium's dome, so it doesn't even matter.
And so we're going to go back because Jandy wants to go to Portugal.
I want to go to Portugal. I think we will probably go to Portugal.
Yeah. So Jandy wants to go to Portugal. And when our girls get just a little bit older, they can start going on these trips.
Jonathan was like, I want to go. I'm like, you got banned. You can't go.
Yeah, nerd. Go play your trumpet over there. We're going to the game.
It's a sax, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Carson, Jeff, definitely too young. She'll pour salt in all of their banana bread. And
I would jump out of an airplane if I was stuck on Carson. But I mean, it's a good time. They have some great food over there. And what you're going to find out with Jandy, Jandy's gluten-free. So she went over there, ate bread, ate whatever she wanted. Didn't bother her at all. Their food over there is so much cleaner than ours over here in America. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And everything was so good. We went to a restaurant. So there's a girl that I follow on Twitter who travels all the time. She literally sent me an itinerary of places to go and things to do in Barcelona, in Madrid, in Dublin, of where to go in Ireland, like the Cliffs of Moher. She's like, do this, you take this, go through this company, buy this, do here, go here, eat here, go to these restaurants. Everything she recommended, phenomenal. We loved it. But so it was nice having somebody that had been. you know, but I'll never go back to Dublin unless one of my teams goes and plays there again and I decide I want to go to the game.
Just not
But
that interesting, or
nah, just not for me. I mean, I you know me, I don't like cold and rainy weather. I mean, anybody that knows me knows I'm a beach bum and I love to be out on the boat and in the sun. I want to be somewhere warm. I don't vacation to cold. You know, like I was having this conversation with my brother earlier. We were talking about that boat. Our vacations are different. My brother lives at the beach in Florida. Dublin is a great drinking town. And I didn't like Guinness till I went to Dublin and I was like, dude, this shit's awesome. So now I will drink Guinness, split the G's. But my brother's like, your and my definition of vacation is different. My brother likes, you know, he lives down at the beach in Florida. He likes to vacation at our old house up in North Carolina on the lake. He's a big lake guy. But see, I live on a lake now.
so you don't want to go to.
I want to go to the beach. If I want to go on the lake, I just go on the lake. That's what we do. We do it every weekend. But
I
want to go to the beach.
I just like warm weather. I want to go where it's warm.
I mean,
I don't have to wear a lot of clothes.
As long as it's warm. Like I am a flip flop and shorts kind of guy. That's what I want to be in. I want to be in shorts. I want to be in flip flops. And I'm trying to look at my wife's butt cheeks in a small bikini. So that's the life that I want to live. So it's, you know, going and, you know, like other than like, hey, I have to go up north for work or something like that. Dude, I ain't going up there for shit. I probably will take my wife and kids up to New York City because they've never been. And I think everybody should experience New York City.
I'm going to tell you right now, the only thing worth it. Well, first off, you want to take Jandy to the Sex Museum. That's fun.
All right, let's do it.
But go to the 9/11 Museum. Shit,
I haven't
powerful.
I haven't been to New York since probably 2007, 2008. So it's been 15 plus years since I've been. So, but I used to go for work all the time. But I love New York pizza and just, but you would have to pay me umpteen $1 million a year to ever live in New York.
Oh no, fuck no.
There ain't no way. New York, Chicago, Atlanta, LA. No. Tampa's as big as I get, bud. I ain't trying. Dallas. I'm not trying to live in a city where you spend half your day in a freaking car sitting in traffic.
At this point, Nashville's getting like that.
Yeah.
Miami.
Oh, dude. And you know what's funny is, so I went to Miami. The first time I ever went to Miami was in 2004.
Not
so
nearly
Florida State. So Florida State was playing Miami in the Orange Bowl. So January 1st.
Nobody wants to go to Chicago, Mike Cold.
Yeah, Chicago sucks. I go to Chicago every September. Top guy. And then so I went down to Miami. My dad goes, "You're gonna fly down to Miami. I don't know if you ever come back." So my good buddy lives down in Hialeah. He's cute.
Do you think you were gonna drive back and you wouldn't make it?
Well, my dad flew me first class. So
okay.
I flew down to Miami. So the Orange Bowl, they had the Orange Bowl kickoff party on New Year's Eve. And then, so I had tickets to that. Then I had tickets to the Orange Bowl pre-bash party the day before, the day of the Orange Bowl. And then we got tickets to the Orange Bowl itself.
What year was this?
2004. So it was the 2003 football season. So it was January 1st, 2004.
Okay.
And my buddy Joel lives in Miami. He's a big Hurricanes fan. So my dad bought us the tickets. I was like my Christmas present, you know, like, here, I'm flying you down. I stayed in Hialeah with Joel. He picked me up. We went out. We bought gold teeth and had a blast. So we go to here's a fun story. So we're at the Orange Bowl kickoff party the night before on New Year's Eve. So you're there all day, you're partying. They have the bands from the schools there, they have the cheerleaders, they have everything. And I'm wearing a Charlie Ward jersey. Back when I used to actually wear jerseys, because now I will not wear a football jersey.
I do, but only on Sundays.
Nope. I haven't worn a football jersey in years. So I'm there, and
I bet if I bought you a Ron Simmons jersey, you'd wear it.
No, I'd hang it up. So somebody tugs my arm. I turn and look, and it's this lady. She's like my mom's age. Cool. You know, she's
His mom.
Hey, you're a Florida State fan. I said, yeah, I'm a Florida State fan. Football don't want your ass anyway. Not European football, that's for damn sure. But I'm like, who's this? Oh, hey, you're a Florida State fan. Yeah. Just my daughter goes to Florida State. I was like, oh, that's cool. She was nice. She was, I'll introduce you to her. I'm like, okay. 30 minutes later, get another tug on the shirt. Turn around, same lady with a Florida State cheerleader. Como say, what? So that night, Joel and I proceeded to party on South Beach for New Year's Eve with 5 Florida State cheerleaders. You know how easy it is to get in the bars on South Beach when you've got 5 cheerleaders with you?
Pretty easy.
Yeah. Because I don't know if
although
knows this. You go to Miami and you try to get into a nightclub and you're like
as a dude,
you ain't getting in, bud.
Unless you're David Hasselhoff, you ain't getting in.
So we got into any bars and any clubs we wanted to get into. So needless to say, I started dating this girl. She was really nice. We had a good time. We had a good relationship. So, when I was in the Army, I was stationed up at Fort Stewart near Savannah, Georgia. So I would go some weekends. I would go down to Tallahassee and spend time with her. And we'd party in Tallahassee, Pound Town. We'd party in Tallahassee, have a great time. And then come May, I got out of the Army. Well, I moved back home to the beach in Florida, in Tampa. Well, she broke up with me because she wanted me to move to Tallahassee. And, I was moving to the beach, bud. I wasn't moving to Tallahassee. The only person in Tallahassee I knew were her and her friends. And I'm like, that's fine.
I mean, it could be worse.
But I mean, I wasn't going to break up with her. But I was moving back home. So moved home, started college, and she broke up with me because she wanted me to go to Tallahassee. And I just wasn't there yet in life. But what's really funny is we broke up.
Tallahassee don't want your ass.
Yeah. Tallahassee loves me because I spent a lot of money there. So we broke up. And I was just telling my daughter about her the other night. It's funny. I ran into this girl in Tampa, Florida.
She's 350 pounds now.
Oh no, she was still fire. I ran into her in Tampa, Florida. She was there visiting her sister who went to USF. She lived in Orlando and she worked at a bank. She's a banker in Orlando. And
bankers are hot.
I made plans to go out with her. And I met Jandy the next weekend and never called her. Yeah. I'm a sweetheart. Ghosted her.
Okay.
Ghosted her.
So I found out today, friend of the show, Jen, Jen, sent me a picture today in my DMs. Said, is this guy related to you? I said, Jen, that's me in 2019. Goatee, mustache. Apparently,
back in your summer suit days.
Apparently, someone has taken my photographs and made that their Plenty of Fish profile in Ohio, and it wound up on one of those, does anyone know this guy because we don't trust him pages. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Of all the people you could use to be your catfish, you chose this ugly bitch.
And those pictures too. Those were terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Timmy with the goatee was not good. Not good.
He was a lot skinnier, but still not good looking. So to that lady out there that got laid by the one dude that was using me as their catfish, congratulations.
That's great. That's great. Well, let's wrap this up. Vacation talk. Won't be going on a cruise for a while. Well, I'll be going on a catamaran cruise, but are you going in April on your 11 day?
No, I still want to do that. It was such a good deal. And the best part about Norwegian is like your drink package is included. So It was like $700 a person for 11 days and drinks.
I bought 2 rooms and I upgraded to the Aria Club.
I don't
And
even
I
know what
want to
that
say
means.
I paid $2,400.
See, it would have been like less than $2,000 for 11 days.
And then I spent another. My bill was like $500, and then Jandy's bill was like $200 and something dollars. So so I $3,300.
It's still not bad for 4 of y'all.
No, it was 5 of us. We took my mom.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't know you
So,
paid for her, but
yeah, I paid for everything. So
nice.
it was just like hey, you come and hang out with the kids, and I can get drunk. Let's party.
I'll get drunk off no drink package. By the way, you made it sound like a wonderful time, Dave.
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
Jandy looked like she had a good time.
She did. I mean, but it's the same thing. You know, she wants to get off the boat and do stuff, and she would have loved to have gone to Nassau and gone into Nassau. So we talked like, hey, why don't we just fucking fly here and spend a week?
See, I don't know. I would go to Nassau. I would probably go to Bimini.
Maybe. I mean, we can do that.
I've never been to Bimini, but they say it is the most beautiful part of the Bahamas.
We'll check it out. I mean, that's our cup of tea when we go on vacation.
But I mean,
like
you do Punta Cana all the time.
We've done it twice. The food there
I've done
sucks, too.
Cancun. I mean,
So I would rather go to Cancun than Punta Cana. The one big thing about Punta Cana that's better than Cancun, the beaches are better.
yeah, beaches aren't
So,
great.
The
But
beaches suck. in
here's
Cancun.
my thing. I want to sit next to a beach and swim in the pool. I don't give a shit about going into the ocean.
See, I'm kind of the same way at the resorts like that. But
Like I want to see.
when we went to
Punta
Punta
see a
Cana,
beautiful beach, but I want to be at a swim up bar.
when we went to Punta Cana in December of 22, our friends, like my buddy, would get up. This is where they got married, like 5 years before. So it was like we're all going back. He would get up bright and early every morning and reserve chairs for all of us out there at the beach. And we would sit there all day and pound beers.
I don't want to sit.
But see, Jandy likes to get in the ocean.
I like to get up and move around and be social. And
I mean,
you and I are, as much as you don't give off the people person mentality, like in a social situation, you are a people person.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like we said before, if you're in the circle or you're somebody I want to be around, we're good. If I don't want to be around you, you'll know.
Because I won't be there.
And I'll tell you, fucking leave.
Yeah.
So, or I'll just be a complete dick. So it's just, that's how it is. But I mean, I like people. I like hanging out with people. I like meeting new people. I mean, we made tons of friends on the cruise ship with people. Yeah. And you'd see them every day and you go have drinks with them and you do this and that. And lady from Pennsylvania, she was hot. Yeah, we had a good time. And they introduced us to their friends. And the cycle
all of a sudden,
continues.
Dave's a swinger.
No, I did not have a pineapple on my door. I'm not watching some dude bang down my wife so I can bang down his wife. And I'm good. We'll need to
all right. We will be back on Sunday.
Sunday.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
Bye, guys.